Welcome in, everyone, to the Murphy Center as the Pickett County Bobcats get set to get started in the 1A state quarterfinals against the Hillcrest Vikings. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by the Boldens today. Casey and Jack Bolden on the call to my left here on Media Row at the Murphy Center inside the Glass House. And the Pickett County Bobcats are back here on this floor for the first time since 2021. It's been some time. None of these guys on the roster played here the last time they were here. They were all 8th graders at the time, that being the seniors on this squad. But this Pickett County team playing some of the best basketball in the state in the 1A classification. We've already seen 2 blowouts in the first 2 games here in the 1A state tournament. They're going to get a chance against a team out of Memphis getting started here today.
Jacob, it's going to be a lot of fun, too, as we watch both teams starting to get warmed up here. You know, as I've scouted this team from Memphis, a lot of basketball pressure. They're going to high pressure the basketball, try to create a lot of turnovers, get it out into transition. And so Pickett County going to have to protect the basketball today, make sure they don't have a whole lot of empty possessions here to make sure they're going to stay in the basketball game. Got everybody healthy. They played fantastic here through the postseason. Only had that one scare against Clay County. Otherwise, they have managed and handled business. Bobcats looking to make a deep run back here at the Borough, Jack Bolden.
Yeah, certainly. And tonight I think it's going to be all about guard play. Like you mentioned, you talk about that pressure that Hillcrest likes to bring. Well, it works out for Pickett County when you got one of the best passers in all of the state with Jacob Amonette, averages a ton of assists a game. It's going to be important to swing the ball around and get his teammates involved with a team who likes to trap like this, so certainly going to have to shoot it well tonight.
Let's bring you the tale of the tape for both sides for the Hillcrest Vikings on the season, 23-6, but they have only lost one time since December 12th. Had a good start, a good schedule at the start of the season. Obviously, the district not quite as strong being out there in West Tennessee, but they took care of business, went 9-1 in district play. Their only loss against Westwood, 70-61, ultimately won the second contest against them in big fashion. But in these last 3 games, they've had to grind to get here to the state tournament. It's also their first ever appearance here in the state tournament. In their last 3 games, they beat Middle College in the region semifinals, 64-61. They beat MASE in the region championship, 60-56. And then in the sectional game, they were down by 2 points with 3.3 seconds to play, had to go the length of the court, and Jacoby Lewis was able to hit a deep 3 just inside the half-court line to win it at the buzzer and send them here to the state tournament for the first time in school history. So this team, they've had to deal with a little bit of adversity here in these last 3 games. Obviously, the Pickett County Bobcats did as well in that region title game. So both teams dealing with a little bit of adversity. Now you get that extended break off and here into the state tournament. Casey, for this Hillcrest team, we've gotten them to see play on film a couple of times, and they're going to play a few different defenses. We've seen them play zone. We've seen them play man-to-man. Obviously, a team from West Tennessee and in Memphis, you expect them to be high pressure defensively.
Yeah, they're going to get after the basketball, Jacob. They're going to get out. They're going to try to manhandle the ball handler. They're going to try to push the offense away from where Pickett County likes to start it. Pickett County likes to start that offense, run a little 3-man weave outside the perimeter, and I expect tonight Hillcrest is going to try to force them further away from the basket, really pressure the basketball, ramp up that pressure, try to create some turnovers. My other thing, though, Jacob, I believe they only scored in the 30s in that sectional game. Pickett County has been phenomenal here in the postseason, put up a lot of numbers, and so I think Pickett County wants to play a game that's wanting to be in the 70s tonight, so we'll see how that impacts the basketball game.
Jack, we'll get to you in a second on Pickett County. Of course, want to let everyone know our game today is presented by FirstChoice Family Care. They've been the presenting sponsor of Pickett County basketball all season long. You're listening to the Amonette Eagle Auction and Realty Company pregame show as we get ready for the 1A state quarterfinals between Pickett County and Hillcrest. Jacob Vincent, Casey Bolden, and Jack Bolden on the call today. Jack, you've been with Pickett County all season, but here in the last few ball games, haven't necessarily had to hit the 3 ball. We know it's a team that can shoot the 3 ball, but they've been getting it done other ways.
Yeah, something me and Casey talked about on the way here. Jacob Amonette, back-to-back games without hitting a 3, which if you watch this team all season long, you'd think they would have had to lose those games, but really they've been playing through the paint beautifully. Nathaniel Cobb has been the most important player throughout this playoff push, in my opinion, other than Jacob Amonette. He's played so strong. He's played physical. And I think it's going to be important for him and Lyric Paris to step up big tonight, because the biggest way to break down the pressure is go through the middle of the floor. And those bigs are going to have to step up, play a little higher, and be able to dish out to their guards and get them open looks.
This is a Hillcrest team that they've got a little bit of size down low. They've got Gerald Miller, who is their leading scorer at 18.5 points per ball game. He's 6'3". He's kind of a slasher type player. But they've also got some bigs inside. Torres Tucker's listed at 6'7", and then they bring some size off the bench as well. So not only are they athletic and quick, but they've got size inside. They don't look like a 1A team when you look at them, Casey.
Yeah, they've got a lot of size. And what does that mean tonight? It means you got to get big minutes tonight from Lyric Paris. He's going to have to play big down inside. He's going to also have to give you some rim protection. In the game we watched before, really a lot of guys just intimidated as they drove it into the paint. And so Pickett County tonight wants to be the aggressor, wants to take it right at those bigs, see if they can get some foul trouble, get to the free throw line. I think that behooves them well tonight here, Jacob. But you're going to have to get big minutes tonight. Lyric Paris, Nathaniel Cobb, as Jack mentioned, has played fantastic here deep into the postseason. He's been able to exploit a lot of mismatches down inside. So we'll see how size impacts the basketball game. I've got a feeling Pickett County going to be ready for the challenge.
Jack, for Pickett County, they were here last night. Jacob Amonette honored as a Mr. Basketball finalist in the 1A classification. Did not win it. Finished as a runner-up to On Slaughter, who he just got done playing for Santa Fe. And obviously, he's had a great career and obviously a great season, 31.5 points per ball game. But you talked about it for Jacob. He's a tremendous passer. He's also the leading scorer for this Pickett County team at 21 points per ball game, but averages 6 assists per ball game, one of the higher numbers I've seen this season.
Yeah, certainly. He's just a guy who can do it all. He's really gotten his teammates involved nicely. He likes to run that pick and roll with Nathaniel Cobb, and that's where he's found a lot of success throughout the postseason. But tonight, what I think is going to be important, really, I should say this morning, I guess it's still just
We're just past noon, about 12:37.
Yeah, a little earlier than normal. But it's going to be all about, can he get shooting again? I think when you play a team of this size, it's going to be harder to get your bigs involved down low. So he's going to have to get back to his normal shooting ways and get involved from deep. But obviously he can do it. We've seen him go through some rougher stretches throughout the season, but he's a guy who can turn it around quickly and really help his team out.
We're going to take our first break here in the pregame. This is the Eminence Eagle Auction and Realty Company pregame show. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups brought to you by People's Bank, and then we'll get to the tip-off on the other side. You're listening to the Class 1A State Quarterfinals presented by First Choice Family Care right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
First Choice Family Care are local providers of complete family care for all ages, including physical and wellness checks along with x-rays. First Choice Family Care is your local stop for primary and urgent care along with sports physicals, lab services, and more. Visit firstchoicebirdstown.com or call 931-864-3232 for more information today. First Choice Family Care is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Pickett County Lady Bobcats and Bobcats basketball on the UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Glass House. Jacob Vincent, Casey Bolden, Jack Bolden here on Media Row. We're getting closer to tip-off here in the Eminence Eagle Auction and Realty Company pregame show. You hear the buzzer sound. That means they're ready for the People's Bank starting lineups as the Pickett County Bobcats get set to take on the Hillcrest Vikings here in the 1A State quarterfinals. First, let's bring you the visitors on the scoreboard. The Pickett County Bobcats, who are 25-7 on the year, back here into the Glass House for the 12th time in their program history under head coach Joseph Amonette, who had a little bit of success here in the in the state tournament, winning a state title back in 1995, was the tournament MVP and Mr. Basketball that year. For the Pickett County Bobcats in the People's Bank starting lineup, it'll be the senior number 10, Lyric Paris. Senior number 11 is Jacob Amonette. Senior number 14, Eli Reagan. Sophomore number 21 is Nathaniel Cobb. And a freshman number 23 is Cole Amonette. Once again, for the Pickett County Bobcats, Cole Amonette, Nathaniel Cobb, Eli Reagan, Jacob Amonette, and Lyric Paris. The home team on the scoreboard will be the Hillcrest Vikings, who are 23-6 on the year under head coach Darion Terrell. Be senior number 0, Jacoby Lewis. Junior number 1 is Gerald Miller. Senior number 2 is Cornell Watson. Junior number 15 is Alex Morgan. And a senior number 20 is Taurus Tucker. Once again for the Vikings, Taurus Tucker, Alex Morgan, Cornell Watson, Gerald Miller, and Jacoby Lewis. We mentioned in the pregame, Jacoby Lewis and Gerald Miller, the two leading scorers. 18.5 points per game for Miller, 14 points per game for Lewis. Those are the go-to guys, but they really want to get it to Miller offensively.
Yeah, he's a big, strong, athletic guy, Jacob. And really, something kind of stood out to me. 33 three-pointers on the season. This team, as a whole, only 84 made threes this season. They want to get to the rack. They want to try to bang it inside, down low, get as many opportunities as they can within 6-8 feet of the bucket. They feel like that gives them the best advantage here tonight to win the basketball game.
This has been the Amonette's Eagle Auction and Realty Company pregame show. Once again, today's game is presented by First Choice Family Care right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. If you're tuned in on Facebook, please leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for, and hit that share button as well. You're also watching on YouTube. We appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel, leave us a like, and leave us a comment on there. Pickett County in their away black uniforms with Pickett in block letters across the front of the chest, a checkerboard yellow and black down the sides. Their numbers in yellow with white trim around those. For the Hillcrest Vikings, they've got the crest across the front of the chest in their home white uniforms, ready to go from the glass house and underway. Hillcrest saves the ball from going out of bounds, and they will have the first possession of the basketball game, moving from right to left as you listen and visualize. Hillcrest across the timeline. The ball in the hands of Alex Morgan, who sets up the offense. Gives to Cornell Watson, top of the key. Throw it right wing. Miller tries to drive on Cobb. Gets to the baseline. Good defense by Cobb, but a better finish by Jarrell Miller. And it's a 2-0 start. Full court pressure here for the Vikings. Here's Jacob Amonette in the backcourt. Throws to Cobb. Cross court. Diagonal pass now up to Eli Reagan, right wing. Back to Jacob Amonette. Will set up the offense as he throws a deuces in the air with the right hand. Lyric Paris, top of the key, 7:25 to play in the first quarter. Eli Reagan throws on the wing left side. Amonette, he drives inside baseline. Bounce pass to Cobb. Up and in for two from the right block.
Really nice look that time from Cole Amonette. Found Cobb right on the block. Fantastic set by Pickett.
All knotted up at 2 apiece. 7:10 to play here in the opening quarter. There was a tremendous crowd on hand for Santa Fe and Chat Prep. Pickett County's got a great crowd. Everybody from Byrdstown is here, including the students. Everyone is here.
Got a fantastic student section here tonight for sure.
6:56 to go, first quarter. Hillcrest with the basketball. Pickett County in their zone defense, it looks like. The jumper no good, and a rebound down to the Bobcats. Jacob Amonette, the Mr. Basketball runner-up last night at 21 points per game as the point guard, will man the offense as well. He's got it top of the key on offense. Drives in, kick on the wing. Eli Reagan's there at 38%. Won't take the three. Back out to Amonette. A mismatch on Tucker. Here's Reagan right wing. Now puts it on the deck and back out top to Cole. Around to Cobb left wing. He looks inside. Cole's got it top of the key. Will throw to Jacob right side. Shot fake. Jumper on the way from 17 is good.
He's been money from right there all season, Jacob. Fantastic head and shoulder fake. Had the defender flying by. Good little pull up from the midi.
Obviously, Hillcrest knows he can shoot it. Here's a three on the other end by Miller. That one won't go. And again, they don't shoot a ton of threes. They've only made 84 on the season. Jacob Amonette has made 85. Here's Pickett County back with the basketball on offense. Jacob Amonette is going to be knocked out of bounds, and a turnover going the other way to Hillcrest.
Yeah, that one right there looked like it could have been a block, but unfortunate for Pickett County as Amonette forced out. It'll be a turnover.
Hillcrest definitely has the size advantage here with Taurus Tucker at 6'7". Lyric Paris has that defensive assignment. And then they've got Jarrell Miller, who's at 6'3", but kind of plays as that combo guard. Jacob Amonette guards him. 5:49 to play here in the opening quarter. Pickett County with a 4-2 lead. Zone defense for the Bobcats. Might be a matchup zone as well, as they're kind of moving around a little bit. Looks like it might just be the 2-3. Miller back out top. Morgan with the basketball out near half court on the right side. Puts it on the deck with the right hand being guarded by Cobb. Drives inside to the basket, throws it up, missed it off the side of the backboard. Cobb the rebound. Here come the Bobcats. Reagan tracks it down in the front court, right wing. 2 defenders on him, takes it inside and draws a foul. Torres Tucker is going to be tagged with his first, and Eli Reagan will step to the Kiesling Insurance free throw line for a couple.
He's been super aggressive here in the postseason. Just saw that little lane and able to attack and went right at the big man. And Reagan going to be rewarded here with a couple of free throws.
Reagan knocks in the first from the Kiesling Insurance free throw line. His first bucket here in the first quarter. Pryor's Auto Spot is home of the best truck and car repair service in Byrdstown. The expert mechanics at Pryor's Auto Spot are ready to get you back on the road quickly and professionally. Call 931-864-3926 to set up an appointment and get a clear estimate with no hidden costs. Pryor's Auto Spot is proud to support the Pickett County Bobcats and Lady Bobcats. 2 for 2 for Eli Reagan. It's a 6-2 start for the Bobcats. 5:08 to play here in the first quarter. Hillcrest with the basketball on the left wing. This is Lewis with it in his hands. Throws it on the left wing. A 3 on the way from Morgan. Off the front side of the iron, no. Cobb had the rebound knocked free and tracked down by the Vikings. They've got another chance.
Cobb went up high in traffic, just couldn't get a handle on it, went to the deck.
Miller inside, dicing in and throws it up and in. Jarrell Miller with his second bucket. He is a very strong and physical guy at 6'3", and he's able to get inside for his second bucket. 6-4, 4:38 to play in the first. Amonette across the timeline. Pickett County back with it on offense. Cobb will throw to Paris, top of the key, and around to Reagan now on the right wing. Here's Amonette, top of the key, fakes the 3, drives in, and another foul called on Torres Tucker is a big one. That's his second on the 6'7" post player for Hillcrest.
Jacob Amonette, just a master, Jacob, at getting you off your feet. Got great head and shoulders fake. You got to get out and respect his three-point shot. It's cost Hillcrest earlier in a couple of fouls.
4:27 to play here in the first quarter. Pickett County out of the inbounds on the baseline. Amonette in the mid-range. Throws to Eli Reagan, back out top to Cole. 4:20 remaining here in the first. A 2-point advantage for Pickett County here in the state quarterfinals. Eli Reagan drives inside with the left hand, spins around, back out to Jacob, fakes the 3. He's trying to drive, probes underneath, puts it up, no. The rebound to Paris, no. And the rebound pulled down by Hillcrest. Had a couple of chances but couldn't put it down.
Yeah, just point-blank shots. You got to make those.
4 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. This is Lewis with the basketball. He'll throw it up with the right hand and got it to fall. A tough shot for Jacoby Lewis. And that ties it up with 3:47 to play in the first quarter. Pickett County with it. Amonette across the timeline. Haven't scored in a little over 2 minutes now after they led 6-2. Amonette on the right wing with the basketball. Jacob looking around, throws to Cobb inside. Cobb's got Miller on him in the post. Throws it back out on the baseline. Paris. And he'll put it on the deck, bring it back out top to Jacob Amonette. Hillcrest has been pretty solid defensively early on.
Yeah, they're really coming out and trying to protect the basketball here, getting after the ball handler.
Cobb on the right wing now with the basketball for the Bobcats. 3:16 remaining in the first quarter, all tied up at 6. Amonette on the left wing, and they have scouted him well. They're getting out on him right away. Eli Reagan down low. Paris got great position underneath the bucket, trying to go up. Back out to Cole Amonette for a 3 try. It's good. A FirstChoice Family Care 3 for Cole Amonette. And a good offensive possession for the Bobcats with 2:56 to go in the first.
Great extra pass from Nathaniel Cobb. He got double teamed. Found Cole on the perimeter. Bobcats back up here by 3.
Hillcrest back with the basketball. Lewis has it top of the key, trying to drive on. Cobb throws it up with the right hand again. And another tough mid-range jumper for Jacoby Lewis off the window and down.
Just a crafty move by the short guard, able to flip it up with the right quickly, steal away 2 points.
And a turnover by the Bobcats at the other end. Eli Reagan tried to throw it inside to Paris. He couldn't handle it. It was poked away and out of bounds. 2:32 to play here in the first quarter. It's a 9-8 lead for Pickett County, and they've been showing a little bit of full court pressure here in this first quarter as well. It's kind of a man-to-man, and then they drop off, and then they'll trap at half court if they see an open opportunity.
And I think the key for Pickett County, again, is that open look that we saw earlier for Amonette. Get it down to the bigs and let them pass out of that double team.
Again, inside, Lewis gets another finish. He's got 6 points, all of them coming at the basket. And it's a 10-9 lead for Hillcrest with 2:11 to play in the first. And a battle back and forth early on. Pickett County with the basketball will throw to Nathaniel Cobb on offense. He's out above the perimeter, right side. Paris has it now, had it poked free, and Cobb picks it up again for Pickett County. Now Cole Amonette with 1:56 on the clock here in the first. Eli Reagan as Coach Amonette throws a fist in the air, and they'll reset. Cole Amonette between the circles near the MT logo here at MTSU. Jacob Amonette with the basketball, drives inside with the right hand. What a finish. Got around Lewis and puts it up and in from the left side.
Really great shot by Amonette. Used his body to shield off a defender. Pickett leads it here by 1.
11-10 lead for Pickett County. 90 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. It's been a fun one. Both teams shooting well. 67% from the field for Pickett County. Here's Lewis on the drive again. Left hand. We're going the other way. A charge taken by Lyric Paris, and you know it. You guys know it. He takes a lot of those.
Yeah, certainly. That's where Lyric Paris has come to play all season long. On the defensive end, he'll get set for that offensive foul, try to draw it in, and he leads the team in taking those charges. He's so good at it.
1:23 to go here in the opening quarter. Pickett County quickly the other way. Cole Amonette probing. Now we'll pull it back out. Here's Jacob Amonette with the basketball. 1:16 to go in the first, and talked about Hillcrest will play a little bit of zone. They're in a man-to-man right now. 11-10 lead for Pickett County. This one poked away by McCray. Paris diving on the basketball. It's tied up, and a jump ball will belong to Pickett County still with 66 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter.
Paris just got to be a little stronger with it there. Caught it right out on the perimeter. Defender just slapped it out of his hands. Had to go get it to get the held ball here. So Coach Amonette over there telling him right now, got to be stronger here with a basketball.
They're going to wipe up some perspiration on the top of the key before they get going. Pickett County will take it out here on the near sideline in the front court near the top of the perimeter. Inbound to Paris, being guarded by McCray. 1:03 to play in the first, and he tried to throw it to Jacob Amonette and just threw it straight out of bounds. McCray right in Paris's face from the get-go. And it's a turnover right back to Hillcrest. Jacob Amonette giving Paris a thumbs up, saying he's good. 1:01 to play here in the first, and a 1-point lead for the Bobcats. Hillcrest the other way. Lewis slows it down across the timeline right side. Gets a screen from Miller on the top of the key. Between the legs, being guarded by Cobb. 48 seconds to play in the first. Lewis, step back jumper on the way is true. My goodness, Jacoby Lewis has been good in the first. And a timeout taken by Pickett County is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 43 seconds to play, and now a 1-point lead for Hillcrest at 12-11.
What a shot on the last pull-up right there. Just a little crossover step back. Had a defender all over him, Jacob. That is a tough shot. He's hit a lot of them here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Lewis, the way he's been able to create, he's just taking his man one-on-one. He's drove a couple of times, so defenders having to stay a foot back on him. That opens up the mid-range jumper and fading away. Lewis is just pure. He's the leading scorer right now for Hillcrest, and he's the entire offense.
Appreciate everyone who has tuned in so far. Keep on leaving those comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you hit the like button and give us a share if you're watching on Facebook. It's a 12-11 lead for Hillcrest against Pickett County here in the 1A state quarterfinals. 43 seconds remaining in the first out of the timeout taken by the Bobcats. And it will be Pickett County basketball. Jacob Amonette with it. Will bring it ahead as they finally get the music turned down. Across the timeline he comes. Jacoby Lewis is 4 for 4 from the field. He's got 8 points to lead the way for the Vikings. 30 seconds to play here in the opening quarter for the Bobcats. Jacob Amonette, a mismatch. He's got McCray in front of him. Drives in, comes to a stop. Pretty good defense. Now back out to Reagan. One more to Cole Amonette. Here's Paris on the baseline right side. 18 seconds. Now inside, Cobb in the mid-range, in the middle of the paint. Backs him down, and 2 for Nathaniel Cobb. He got deep underneath the basket, and nothing that Cornell Watson could do. 5 seconds to play. Here is Lewis. Driving left side, baseline floater. Good again for Jacoby Lewis. 5 for 5 in the opening quarter, and it's a 14-13 lead for the Vikings after 1. Back after this, you're listening to the Class 1A State Quarterfinals presented by First Choice Family Care on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. With new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Back here in the Glass House, getting started in quarter number 2, and what a first quarter that was. 14-13, Hillcrest leads after 1. And neither team playing bad. Pickett County shooting 71% from the field. They're 5 of 7. Hillcrest is 64%. And Jacoby Lewis is 5 for 5. He's got 10 points. He's got the basketball here for the Vikings to open up the second. Drives in right side and pulls it back out. And really, Bobcats have played pretty good defense on it.
They absolutely have. He's hit a couple of really tough buckets here in the first quarter.
Here's McCray inside. He gets double teamed back out top. Thought about a deep three was Morgan. Now he puts it on the deck. Getting started here in the second frame. Glad to have you along. Our game today presented by First Choice Family Care here in the 1A state quarterfinals at the Glass House. Hillcrest slowing it down a little bit here in the second quarter as Morgan, he's just going to dribble it out near half court and just draw that clock down a little bit. I think both teams are okay with as competitive as that was in the first quarter. Maybe a little bit of a break here to open up this second frame. And he throws it over on the left side now into the hands of Watson, being guarded by Amonette. He'll put it on the deck. Watson looking around. Amonette still right in front. Now tries to drive inside. The runner on the way too strong. A rebound put back. No, we've got a foul called. And a very late whistle on Pickett County. And apparently 2 shots are coming. My goodness. Eli Reagan called for the foul. And did they call that on the drive or the putback attempt?
I think they said it was on the putback attempt. But
okay, that would make a little more sense.
Really late whistle there. I love a patient whistle as an official. That was super patient. And Bobcat fans in attendance here, not a big fan of that one.
Eli Reagan hit with his first. Jack, go ahead.
Nathaniel Cobb was ready to go the other way by the time the whistle was blown there.
Alex Morgan hits a couple of free throws, and the Vikings have their biggest lead at 3, 16-13. 7 minutes to play in the second. Eli Reagan driving left baseline, a defender all over him, and he misses on the way up. Miller travels. Oh, no, they called an offensive foul on Jarrell Miller. So it'll be a turnover anyways. And Pickett County is going to get the basketball, and Miller picks up his first. He got the rebound, and then they're going to say put through an elbow around whoever was inside for the Bobcats.
Got that chicken wing out, made some contact. The officials all over it.
Great inbounds to Nathaniel Cobb, wide open, cutting to the basket. He puts it up and in. He's got 6 to lead the way for the Bobcats, and they're down by 1, 16-15. 6:45 to play here in the first half. It's been a battle early on. Both teams shooting well from the field. Hillcrest has it here on the right wing. This is a Hillcrest team. They score about 66 points per ball game, and that was before they scored only 37 in their sectional win on a game winner. Jumper by Morgan misses. A rare miss by the Vikings here in the early going. It's out of bounds. Last touch by the Bobcats. Hillcrest will keep it on the right baseline, out of bounds underneath their own basket. 6:27 to play here in the second quarter. A 1-point advantage for the Vikings. They inbound to Lewis on the right wing. He takes the three with the left hand and knocks it down. Jacoby Lewis having a career game to start here in the first half. He is a perfect 6 for 6 from the field.
Just playing out of his mind. He's got a nice left-handed J from way downtown on that one.
He, of course, hit the game winner to send them here to the state tournament and win 37-36 against Middleton in the sectional round. Deep three on the way from Amonette is a little bit short. Paris trying to save it, cannot do so. It's out of bounds. It'll be Hillcrest basketball the other way. 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. A 19-15 lead for the Vikings, and the Bobcats trying to get it going on offense. Haven't missed a lot of shots, just haven't gotten a ton up there.
It seems like a lot of isolation basketball. A lot of guys playing one-on-one, trying to get to the rack. They need to get more passing involved and get those pick and rolls rolling.
Now Jacoby Lewis sets up the offense for the Vikings here on the other side, right in front of us in the front court. 5:43 to play in the second quarter. They've got a 4-point lead, and a big reason why is this man with the basketball. Jacoby Lewis has 13 points and is 6 for 6 from the field. Takes it right side with the right hand. 2 defenders pick him up. Back out to Morgan, top of the key. Eli Reagan right there defensively for the Bobcats. Now Morgan trying to drive, gets in the middle, kicks it out on the wing. Miller a tough catch, and he stepped out of bounds. Was a little bit too high. And Jarrell Miller, who is also a really good football player, he caught it, but just couldn't quite keep his feet in.
Yeah, the pass was high. He tried to go up high and get it, just couldn't get saved in.
Here's Lyric Paris at the other end. Miller right there, swats it off the window, and the Vikings have the basketball the other way now. Morgan will throw it off, and a wide open layup for Cornell Watson up and in. It looked like Lyric Paris was going to maybe have an open look, but Jarrell Miller able to make his way back in time. It's 21-15 Vikings. Pickett County with a basketball. Eli Reagan back out. Jacob Amonette. Paris had an open look inside. Dumps it off to Cobb. He'll put it up and finish. Took a little bit of contact as well. They let it go. And a timeout taken here by Hillcrest is a 30-second timeout with 4:53 remaining in the second quarter. Good bucket by the Bobcats to make it a 4-point game.
Yeah, Nathaniel Cobb has brought his hard hat again here tonight. He has been phenomenal into the postseason. working over a defender down around the block. Fantastic little baby hook that he's got in his tool bag. He's got 8 early points here. Love his game. He's keeping the Bobcats in it, Jacob.
Sunset Marina and Resort proudly support the Pickett County Bobcats and Lady Bobcats. Sunset Marina is located on beautiful Dale Hollow Lake on Tennessee Highway 111 in Birdstown. Pontoon boats, runabouts, and wave runners are excellent ways to enjoy a day on Dale Hollow Lake. Visit the ship's store and restaurant, all at the water's edge. Book your vacation, getaway, boat rental, or lakeside cabin today at sunsetmarina.com. Out of the timeout, Hillcrest basketball, 4:49 to play in the second quarter. It's a 4-point lead for the Vikings here in the 1A state quarterfinals. Jacoby Lewis still 6 for 6 from the field, hands it off to Miller. He gets a screen, drives it top of the key, Cobb picks him up. And again, defensively for Pickett County, played pretty well. The shots have just been falling for the Vikings early on. Miller inside, misses. Rebound out of bounds will belong to Pickett County the other way.
Almost feels like Miller is trying to get his touches here. Hadn't got a whole lot of shot offs early here. Took it hard to the cup that time. Banged one off the window, out of bounds. It's going to be Bobcats basketball. They trail it here by 4.
4:27 remaining in the second quarter. Been a tight contest. And the Vikings have started to pull away just a little bit here in the second frame. Bobcats with the basketball on offense. Here's Jacob Amnett. Will get a screen from Paris. Will move it to the top of the key in the logo. Gets a mismatch with McCray. Now tries to drive in. Throws into the corner to Eli Reagan. Back out Amnett. Gets inside. In the paint. Right hand. Good for Jacob Amnett.
And he just got to a spot down low. You can't give Eminette that much space. That little floater down low has just been pure all season long. Able to flip it up and in and cut this lead down to 2.
4 straight points for the Bobcats. Cuts the lead to 2, like Jack mentioned, 21-19. Here's Lewis for another 3. Oh, my goodness. He hits it again from the right wing. Jacoby Lewis has 16 first-half points and is perfect from the field, 7 for 7 with 2 made threes. Here's Lyric Paris at the free throw line, down by 5 again, 24-19. 3:35 to play in the second quarter. Cole Amonette around his screen, stepping through, and he traveled. Took that extra step to try to create some space. It'll be a turnover by the Bobcats. Sub coming in for Hillcrest is a new sub, and Mario Jones, a senior, checks in for McCray. So they go a little bit smaller here as Jones checks in, kind of more of a guard body, checking in for Hillcrest. 3:30 to play in the second quarter, and right now, that defensively for the Bobcats, they got to find an answer for Jacoby Lewis.
Yeah, he's torched him out around the perimeter. Got to get out in his grill, see if you can find out ways to disrupt that offensive flow he's feeling right now.
Inside floater no good, but a rebound offensively for the Vikings. Back out Lewis. He drives in right baseline, throws it up again, and he knocks it down again. Again, it's another tough shot, but he cannot miss. And a full timeout taken by the Pickett County Bobcats. Largest lead of the game for Hillcrest. 3:04 remaining here in the second quarter. It's 26-19. You're listening to the Class 1A state quarterfinals presented by First Choice Family Care on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH.
Back here in the Glass House. Out of the timeout taken by Pickett County. They trail 26-19, 2:57 remaining second quarter. And Jacoby Lewis is having a career night so far. His season high is 36 points. He's got 18 right now, but he's 8 for 8 from the field. What a play. Drawn up to Lyric Paris, who puts it up and in for 2 underneath. And a great pass from Jacob Amonette.
That's a little UCLA, Jacob. They've come out, going to set a little screen, and Paris floated in there. Nice feed from Amonette. Bobcats trying to make a run here to close out the half.
Slips the screen underneath. Pickett County's made their last 3 shots, but they trail by 5. 2:28 to play in the second. And a travel whistled on Jarrell Miller going the other way after the turnover. Pickett County back with the basketball, and we were talking about between the break. Bobcats aren't playing bad defensively, but Jacoby Lewis literally cannot miss.
Yeah, he's just been phenomenal here in the first half.
2:24 remaining second quarter. Jacob Ammonette with the basketball. Double team coming. He spins into it, looking for help. Cross-court pass for Eli Reagan. Down low, Paris trying to step through, and he threw it away. Jacoby Lewis with the basketball for the Vikings the other way at the free throw line. Side steps through, and that's his first miss of the day. Just threw it up to nobody. Now Nathaniel Cobb across the timeline for the Bobcats. 2:03 remaining in the second. Cole Ammonette got loose on the left wing. Throws to Paris at the free throw line. Back out to Reagan. Under 2 to play here in the second, and a 5-point lead for the Vikings. Pickett County with the basketball. Eli Reagan will throw to Cole Ammonette and around to Cobb on the left wing. Here's Paris right back to Jacob. Right free throw line extended on the wing side. He'll back it up, being guarded by Lewis. Now tries to drive. Gets past him. Throws it up with the right hand. The runner no good as Miller was in there. I beg your pardon. That was Watson in there trying to take a charge, and Jacob had to lean just a little bit, missed it short, and then commits a foul.
Yeah, I was aware that the defender had set up, tried to float around him, lost a little bit of concentration, put one off the window, just rolled off. Tough break that time for the Bobcats.
Hadn't been a terribly physical ball game. That's just the second foul called on the Bobcats.
Yeah, not a ton of fouls in this one. Jacob, just like you mentioned, trying to maneuver around the guy set to take the charge, threw off his balance, not able to get it to go. But Pickett County seems to have stepped up the defensive pressure coming out of the timeout.
Bobcats shooting 60%. They trail by 5. Here is Morgan with the basketball. Cross court to Miller now. Top of the key being guarded by Cobb. He's only got 4 points here in the first half. Big reason why. Jacoby Lewis has 18 and is 8 for 9 after his first miss. There's a dangerous pass to Morgan. Threw it to Lewis. He does not save it in bounds. It'll be a turnover by the Vikings with 1:08 to play here in the second quarter. Pickett County back with the basketball, moving from left to right.
And the bench over there really trying to get some energy on the defensive end. Jack called it out of that last time out, really trying to bring more energy here on the defensive end.
Jacob Ammonette will bring it ahead for the Bobcats. 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Here's Cobb on the right wing for Pickett County, trailing by 5. Paris top of the key, chest pass over to Cobb on the right wing, free throw line extended, right back to Jacob top of the perimeter as they weave it around a little bit here on that right side. Ammonette got inside, lost the basketball. Lewis picks up the steal. Lewis the other way for the Vikings, dumps it off to Miller. He creates some space, and we're going the other way again. Jarrell Miller lowered the shoulder and picks up his second foul in the ball game.
Yeah, just put his shoulder down, tried to get a first down. Officials all over that when he cleared Reagan completely out of the play.
He's a big physical body at 6'3". We don't know his weight, but he's pretty strong looking out there on the floor. 35 seconds to play in the second. 5-point lead for the Vikings. Pickett County with the basketball. Ammonette underneath the basket. Out to Reagan for a 3 try. Short, no good, but a rebound for Cole Ammonette with 25 seconds to go in the first half. Jacob drives into the defense, right to the basket. Missed it as the defense just kind of left him. He expected contact and didn't get any. 15 seconds to play in the first half. It'll be Vikings basketball leading 26-21. Had a good look, just couldn't knock it down. Now down to 8 seconds. Jacoby Lewis with the basketball in his hands. 5 seconds being guarded by Cole Ammonette. Gets a screen, sidesteps, flies the 3, and he got fouled. And Jacoby Lewis is going to the line for 3 shots with 0.7 on the clock. Cole Ammonette didn't allow him any space to land, got in the landing zone. And Jacoby Lewis heading to the line. It'll be the second set of free throws for the Vikings here in the first half, already up by 5.
And that's a veteran move right there by Jacoby Lewis. Got up in the air. Obviously, Cole came out on the closeout trying to defend, and Lewis, just a veteran player, hit the deck, made it easy that time for the officials to come call the foul.
Yeah, it's something you see a lot more in modern basketball. When you take that high last-second jump shot, you'll kind of flail out the feet, and it'll require more landing zone, so an easier way to draw a foul when you take a jump shot, and that's exactly what Lewis does, is he's perfect so far from the line.
2 makes on the first 2. Only have 1 more with 0.7 on the clock. It is no good. Rebound down to Pickett, and that will take us to halftime. It's a 7-point lead for the Hillcrest Vikings of the Pickett County Bobcats. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Happy Hiller halftime show. This is the Class 1A State quarterfinals. It's presented by FirstChoice Family Care, and you're listening to it right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in, Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Back here at the Glass House, and it is halftime. Welcome in to the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. 28-21 lead for Hillcrest here in the Class 1A state quarterfinals against the Pickett County Bobcats. And the big story in that first half, Jacoby Lewis has 20 points. He's 8 for 9 from the field, 2 for 2 from downtown, and 2 for 3 from the free throw line. He cannot miss.
Jacob, I've seen a bunch of basketball this season, and certainly probably the best half of basketball on the offensive end that we've seen this year. Just super efficient. You know, not that he got a lot of second chance opportunities, not a big going to get a rebound, kind of pad those stats. Dude just didn't miss. Like, he's out on the perimeter, he's shaking and baking, able to fade away and knock down buckets, going through traffic, able to hit buckets. Jack Bolden, just a phenomenal and sensational first half here by Jacoby Lewis.
And what's so impressive, as a team, they only have 2 assists in the first half, so Lewis really just creating on his own. He's been a fantastic shot maker, able to bury 2 threes as well. And these aren't just wide open, easy shots that Pickett County are giving him. He's having to fade away. He's having to drive in with some one-handed runners in a 20-point first half. Pickett better hope he can't keep that up in the second half because it'll be tough to come back. I know they only trail by 7, but if you shoot like that, 8 for 9 from the field, it's hard to stop anybody.
You mentioned it, 11 made field goals and only 2 assists there in that first half for the Hillcrest Vikings. For Pickett County, they're being led by Nathaniel Cobb. He's perfect from the field as well, but only 4 shots. He's got 8 points in the first half and a couple of rebounds. And really, you look at the stats, and it's not lopsided either way. Pickett County shooting 53% from the field, Hillcrest at 55%. Hillcrest has knocked down 1 more 3. They've got a couple more free throws, and turnovers exactly the same. 6 for Pickett County, 6 for Hillcrest. And the points off turnovers, not too big of a difference. 6 points for Hillcrest, 2 points for Pickett County. And then I mentioned the rebounds, 10-8 in favor of the Vikings as well. So very, very even when you look at the stat sheet, but the big difference, just a few more shots taken by Hillcrest, and obviously they've been knocked down.
Yeah, I think about Jacob. He had a couple of opportunities in the first half. One, he tried to go around a defender to avoid the offensive foul. The second one, just a little off balance. So I think, as he's in there at the locker room trying to prevent this from being his last game in a Bobcat uniform, I expect we get Jacob Amonet's best half of basketball on the season here in the second half. Just not going to try to put this team on his back, Jack Bolden, as they try to figure out how to turn some of this momentum around here into the second half.
And something I'd like to see, Pickett County only tried 3 threes. Jacob Amonet only taking 1. Whenever he can get that 3 ball going, it helps them get that paint game involved. I know Lyric Paris and Nathaniel Cobb already both gotten into the scoring book, and Nathaniel Cobb a perfect 4 for 4, but his game opens up even more when you can space the court a whole lot more, and when you're knocking down that many threes, you're going to draw in more pressure and able to get more guys involved. So I think the 3 ball going to be huge for Pickett County here in the second half.
Been a fun one in the first half. The Bobcats looking for a nice little run starting early in the second half. I'm Jacob Vincent, joined by Casey and Jack Bolton on the call today here on Media Row at the Glass House. It is the Class 1A state quarterfinals. This has been the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. Back after this, today's game presented by FirstChoice Family Care.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
FirstChoice Family Care are local providers of complete family care for all ages, including physical and wellness checks along with x-rays. FirstChoice Family Care is your local stop for primary and urgent care along with sports physicals, lab services, and more. Visit firstchoicebirdstown.com or call 931-864-3232 for more information today. FirstChoice Family Care is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Pickett County Lady Bobcats and Bobcats basketball on the UCR Media Network.
Back here at the Glass House as we get ready for the start of the second half between Pickett County and Hillcrest. The Vikings on top of the Bobcats right now, 28-21. And for the Bobcats, and specifically Jacob Amonet, he's going to try to get the offense going a little bit here in the second half.
Yeah, he's the senior. He's the leader of this basketball team. And I expect him to come out here with a little fire, a little energy. Jacob, I really think the first 4 minutes of the second half here are going to be super critical, as they always are. But the stage elevated here first 4 minutes here are going to be super critical here in the basketball game.
Pickett County starts off with the basketball first in the second half, moving from right to left as you listen and visualize, down by 7. Jacob Amonette into the front court, picks up the basketball, throws it inside to Cobb in the post. He's trying to back down his defender, back out Reagan, top of the key, spins around. Here's Paris and Jacob Amonette from way downtown, in and out, and went halfway down. Tie up on the rebound. And there was one tiny whistle and then no whistles after that, and it is a jump ball that will belong to Hillcrest the other way.
Ball went all the way in and then
my
rattled
goodness,
out somehow.
That's one of those. I almost started to say it was good.
Yeah, it was all the way down and somehow popped out of there.
28-21, the Bobcats trail. It is Hillcrest basketball. Full court pressure here, man to man. They get it into Lewis. He has been the mainstay offensively. 20 points in the first half and 8 for 9 from the field. And now Nathaniel Cobb guards him. So he's got a little bit more size on Lewis, who's listed at 6 foot. Cobb at 6'5". Lewis trying to set up the offense now. Cobb still with him. Man-to-man defensively for Pickett County, but they're switching pretty much all over the place. Here is Morgan now on the right wing for the Vikings. Miller trying to post up inside on Paris. Paris staying right in front of him. 7:16 to play here in the third quarter. Just getting underway in the second half. Amonette tried to poke it from behind. Morgan did a good job. Went to the crossover right before Amonette tried to poke it. And Cole is going to pick up his first.
Yeah, Morgan just trying to take it into the lane, and Amonette reaching around. A pretty clear and obvious call for the official.
It's just the third team foul on the Bobcats in the ball game. Jacob Amonette trying to poke it away, but getting back on it is Cornell Watson with the basketball. He brings it into the front court, driving on Jacob. Deep 2 on the way. Missed everything and out of bounds, and it's going the other way for Pickett County. That's exactly what you want if you're the Bobcats. Get the ball out of the hands of Lewis and let everybody else shoot it right now.
Yeah, everybody else has kind of been in the shadows. I'm interested to see if anybody else can play for this basketball team.
Bobcats with the basketball on offense, trailing by 7. Just underway here in the second half. Backdoor to Paris underneath, and he missed it inside. A few bunnies, about 3 of them so far here in the ball game have been missed at the basket. And still trailing by 7 are Pickett County. Morgan on the run is going to be fouled, and the runner is good. Count the bucket. Alex Morgan will be at the line for 1 as Eli Reagan picks up the foul.
That's just heartbreaking if you're Pickett, as you miss a wide open lay and they come back the other way, make a really difficult shot. Now going to the free throw line, can extend it out to a double-digit lead here with a make free throw.
30-21 at the line is Morgan for 1 shot to complete a 3-point play. It is good. And Alex Morgan now with 5 points in the contest makes it a 10-point lead. 6:35 to play here in the third quarter. Bobcats got to get going. Here's Cole Amonette around to Reagan. Reagan will throw to Cobb right wing. Backdoor couldn't get it to Cole. Cobb will put it on the deck with the left hand. Backdoor to Eli. He got hammered by Jarrell Miller on the backside, and Miller was just kind of in the wrong spot at the wrong time. And is going to pick up his third foul, a big one, but hadn't really done a ton offensively today.
Yeah, Miller just a big, strong, athletic kid. Reagan went flying when he went banging into him.
Amonette will inbound from the baseline underneath left side. Too high for Cole, and Jacoby Lewis takes it away. Lewis in the front court, all the way to the basket, missed the lay-in, and the rebound by Cole Amonette. Here come the Bobcats now. 6:14 to play in the third. Jacob stutters, drives underneath the basket. One-handed pass out to Cole in the corner for a 3. Missed it short. Rebound Eli Reagan. Back up and good for 2. A big bucket for the Bobcats. Eli Reagan second. And it's 31-23. 6 minutes remaining here in the third.
Coach Amonette asking them to dial up a little more pressure here.
This is Watson with it, out on the wing. We'll throw it back out to Morgan. 5:48 to play here in the third. Pickett County, they haven't gone to the bench yet in the game. Normally, you're only going to see a couple of guys in Brady Evans and Max Moody, and really, a lot of the times, just Max Moody. Here's a step-back jumper by Morgan. Missed it short. Rebound saved back in by Lewis. The Vikings still with it. Morgan driving, back out Lewis. He'll fire the 3. Lewis connects from the left wing. And we've got a stoppage because Nathaniel Cobb was down on the ground for a short bit there. And checking into the ball game for Pickett County is going to be one of those subs. Max Moody checks in for Nathaniel Cobb. So Pickett County gets a lot smaller with Cobb coming out. The 3 made by Jacoby Lewis. He's got 23 points.
Yeah, and just unfortunate for Pickett County. Cobb went up for the rebound, fell, kind of rolled his ankle, and it left Jacoby Lewis unguarded at the perimeter, and he's not going to miss tonight.
Just kind of a precautionary thing for Cobb. He comes off for a short rest. Amonette from the free throw line is good. A good bucket there by Jacob Amonette as he rises up and connects to make it a 9-point lead for Hillcrest. 34-25, 5:10 to play in the third quarter. Lewis will bring it across the timeline right past Moody. Gets in the paint, now throws it on the wing. This is Watson with a basketball. Amonette almost poked it away. Now Jarrell Miller Trying to go behind the back and driving on Cole Amonette. Cole right there the whole time, but an offensive board for Tucker. Throws it back out. A three on the way from Morgan. In and out, no. And a good box out that time for Lyric Paris. Cole Amonette with the rebound. 4:47 to go, third quarter. Cole with the basketball here right in front of us on Media Row. We'll throw to Paris, top of the key. Paris looking back door to Reagan. Still dribbling around with the basketball. Off to Cole Amonette. 4:35 to play in the third quarter. Jacobs got the basketball here in front of us on the MMC logo. Bounce pass to Eli Reagan on the far sideline. Moody around it comes to Cole. Inside Reagan. Jump stop goes up. Had it blocked from behind. And the rebound picked out of there by Jarrell Miller. That's a great defensive play inside by the Vikings.
That length is just coming into play a couple of times here. Bobcats hearing footsteps. These bigs from Hillcrest going to swat it out of there.
4:07 to go in the third quarter. Lewis with the basketball being guarded by Moody. Cobb is back at the scorer's table. Getting ready to come back in. Screen going to be set by Tucker. Lewis gets past both defenders. Inside, floater for Lewis. Too strong. Rebound Tucker, and he gets it back up and in. The 6'7" Torres Tucker missed a lot of the first half with 2 fouls, and he's already made a big difference here. He's brought down a couple of rebounds, and Pickett County trying to push the other way. Down 36-25 with 3:41 to play in the third. Jacob on the right wing looking for help now as he picks up his dribble. Here's Eli Reagan. And around to Cole Amonette. Wide open. He'll fire the three. Cole Amonette hits a First Choice Family Care three. And a massive shot for the freshman. Timeout on the floor taken by Pickett County is a 30-second timeout with 3:31 to play here in the third. It's an 8-point game, 36-28 Vikings.
Yeah, it's a Sunset Marina timeout. Coach Amonette going to burn one after Cole finally able to shake loose out on the perimeter. Bobcats needed that one in a bad way, as it almost felt like the game's starting to get away from them. So Amonette able to knock down the triple. Jack Bolden cuts it back to an 8-point lead.
Yeah, Hillcrest was really taking advantage of Nathaniel Cobb's absence. They didn't really have that size to contest the 6'7" Viking down low, as he was able to get up and to get a couple putbacks and save some possessions with some offensive rebounds and extend those. So Pickett County really needed that three, a clutch shot from Cole Amonette.
They're going to come out with a full court pressure out of the timeout. Brought to you by Sunset Marina. 36-28 lead for the Vikings. 3:31 to play here in the third. The Bobcats trying to go on a little bit of a run here. Still being outscored by a point in this third frame. Lewis brings it across into the hands of Morgan. Being guarded by Cobb, who is back in there. The starter's back out on the floor for the Bobcats. Alex Morgan with the basketball. 3:15 to go in the third. Morgan around Cobb in the paint. Right-hand runner. Got it to fall over the front side of the iron. Bobcats back the other way. 3:06 to go in the third, and too far out in front for Cole Amonette. Torres Tucker's got the basketball, and the Bobcats turn it over. Morgan now pushing. Morgan inside again. Euro step, no, and a foul whistled on the Bobcats. 2:56 to go third quarter. It's a 10-point lead for the Vikings, and I don't know if did they call this on the floor, or is it 2 free throws?
I believe he's going to the line.
He is going to the line for 2 shots. Alex Morgan at the line for the Vikings. They got that foul called on Jacob, his second. Morgan's first, too strong. The Bobcats a little bit careless here on these last couple of possessions.
Yeah, Hillcrest kind of stepped in that little short half-court pressure, and Pickett just tried to throw the long ball down to Cole Amonette. Missed long and turned it over. Turned into 2 easy points for Hillcrest.
Good free throw by Morgan on the second try. Back to an 11-point lead now with 2:52 to play in the third quarter. Pickett County, they need some stops. Eli Reagan's got the basketball. Cole Amonette will come get it to set up the offense with 2:45 to play here in the third. Cole driving left side. Gets inside, spins back around. Here's Cobb with the basketball. Cobb on the deck trying to drive on Miller. Throws it on the wing right side. Reagan with it with the left-handed dribble. In the paint, spins around. Right hand on the way. Too strong. Rebound tipped around. Reagan with it. Back up, no. And Torres Tucker able to pull it down. And then a foul whistled on the Bobcats. And going the other way, another foul on Pickett County is their 4th here in the third quarter with 2:24 to go. Pryor's Auto Spot is home of the best truck and car repair service in Byrdstown. The expert mechanics at Pryor's Auto Spot are ready to get you back on the road quickly and professionally. Call 931-864-3926 to set up an appointment and get a clear estimate with no hidden costs. Pryor's Auto Spot is proud to support the Pickett County Bobcats and Lady Bobcats. It is Vikings basketball. 2:15 to play in the third. Morgan driving and somehow got a pass off to his teammate on that right wing side to Jones, who's checked in. Back out to Morgan. Now an entry pass to Miller inside. Blocked from behind by Paris. What a defensive play by Lyric Paris, who was fronting and then able to get back on him. And now Cole Amonette with the basketball for the Bobcats on offense. Down by 11, 1:54 to go third quarter. Jacob Amonette from the logo. That one no good. And the rebound tipped around. Bobcats have it. Wide open Cobb on the left block. Up and in for two.
Great hands by Reagan, able to poke that one out and then find Cobb down low. Had to have those points off the missed three. Cuts the lead back down to single digits.
And a timeout taken by Hillcrest. And they're going to go to a full timeout as well. 1:32 to play here in the third quarter. You're listening to the Class 1A State Quarterfinals presented by First Choice Family Care on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Sunset Marina and Resort proudly support the Pickett County Bobcats and Lady Bobcats. Sunset Marina is located on beautiful Dale Hollow Lake on Tennessee Highway 111 in Byrdstown. Pontoon boats, runabouts, and wave runners are excellent ways to enjoy a day on Dale Hollow Lake. Visit the ship's store and restaurant all at the water's edge. Book your vacation, getaway, boat rental, or lakeside cabin today at Sunset Marina. 39-30 lead for the Vikings out of the timeout taken by Hillcrest. 1:32 to play here in the third quarter. Jacob Vincent, Casey Bolton, Jack Bolton here on Media Row at the Glass House. And the Bobcats had a lead early on in the first, but it's been Hillcrest ever since.
Yeah, they just really impressed with this basketball team. Their first trip here to Murfreesboro. Impressive here so far in the basketball game.
Alex Morgan, a couple of moves, gets right past Eli Reagan all the way to the bucket and up and in for two. My goodness, he put on the show with the dribble.
Wow, what a move and finish that time.
Back up by 11 again, matches their biggest lead of the day for the Vikings. 1:10 to play here in the third quarter. Have continued to add on here in this third frame. Jacob Amonette on the drive to the basket. Left hand too strong off the window again. Paris had the basketball but lost it out of bounds. And back to the Vikings again. Jacob Amonette on the day, just 8 points. Hasn't knocked down a three, and he's missed some bunnies inside.
Again, Jacob, I think that length and that athleticism, guys coming running, you don't know where they're coming from. Makes you think before you let the ball go out of your hand.
Foul whistled on Nathaniel Cobb in the backcourt, and that's going to be 2 free throws coming for Alex Morgan. 59 seconds to play here in the third. It's an 11-point lead for the Vikings. The Bobcats not out of it yet, but they got to get going right now.
Yeah, just in unfamiliar territory. Only 30 points nearly through 3 quarters of this game. Haven't been able to consistently find answers on the offensive end. They just seem shell-shocked with this defense that Hillcrest has brought. They've got so much size down low, they can't rely on that down-low game as the Vikings have been able to contest a lot of those open looks.
It was Jacoby Lewis in the first half with 20 points. He still has 23 in the ball game. Morgan misses the second free throw, and Paris able to corral in the rebound. But it's been Alex Morgan here in the second half. He has been really good, up to 11 points on the ball game, and a foul whistled on Hillcrest. As Watson, I beg your pardon, Cornell Watson will pick up his first. 53 seconds remaining here in the third. 12-point lead, the biggest of the day for the Vikings. Full court pressure for Hillcrest. Man-to-man, Jacob Amonette on the inbounds will bring it ahead in the backcourt. A little bit of help coming from his freshman cousin in Cole. Cole at the midcourt line, lost it on the deck, drives in, not free, turned over. Jacoby Lewis with the steal, back the other way, racing to the other side. Euro step on the way, and good. And we're going the other way. Jacob Amonette takes the charge. An offensive foul called on Jacoby Lewis.
Bobcats, Jacob, need anything they can get right now. And so Jacob Amonette going to stand in there, take one square up to the chest. It's going to create a turnover. Let's see if the Bobcats can turn that into points as 36 seconds here in the third.
Down by 12, 36 seconds remaining third quarter, 42-30. Vikings with the lead. Pickett County with the basketball. Have to go the length of the court against the full court pressure man-to-man as the Vikings trying to ramp that up just a little bit here and really turn up the pressure on Pickett County, not allow them back into the game. Jacob Amonette throws that to Cole Amonette into the front court. Bobcats with the basketball, 25 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Jacob Amonette right in front of us, gets switched off to Morgan, now trying to drive. Pulls up in the mid-range. Jacob missed it short. Had a little bit of contact from Alex Morgan as well. Coach Amonette looking for a foul. Morgan now the other way. Poke from behind. Ball loose on the floor. Lyric Paris trying to take it away. He does. And the Bobcats have it with 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Here comes Eli Reagan, down to 5 seconds. Reagan down low, Cobb, but threw it over his head and out of bounds. Cobb wide open on the right block, and Reagan couldn't connect with him. 2.6 seconds to play here in the third. It'll be Hillcrest basketball. Inbound, poked away by Jacob and out of bounds on the far sideline. Jacob looking for a deflection, and he's not going to get the call with 1.7 still on the clock here at the end of the third. Trying to inbound it will be Mario Jones. Jacoby Lewis right in front of him. They throw it in, picked off by Cobb. He'll throw it up from half court. Won't go, and there was all kinds of contact. Nathaniel Cobb laying on the floor, but apparently no foul called, and we have reached the end of three, 42-30. Hillcrest on top. You're listening to the Class 1A State Quarterfinals presented by First Choice Family Care on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Back here in the Glass House, getting started in the fourth quarter. Pickett County will start off with the basketball first, moving from right to left. They trail it 42-30. Only 17 points over the last couple of quarters. They have to get the offense going. Hillcrest has scored 14 in the first, 14 in the second, 14 more in the third. They lead by 12. Here's a backdoor cut to Cobb and just threw it way over the head to Jacob Amonette. That's twice now. Couple of turnovers by the Bobcats on back-to-back possessions. Haven't been able to get it to a wide-open Cobb underneath.
Yeah, my friend Jack Bolden likes to take the tennis terminology, just an unforced error. And Bobcats going to turn it over. They trail it by 12. Need stops right here.
And Hillcrest, they're spreading it out. They're going 5 wide, and they're just going to go one-on-one. Watson is going to be fouled by Jacob Amonette. Jacob is going to pick up his third foul with 7:22 to play here in the third quarter. Again, they're just going 5 wide across the front court and really trying to draw that defense out. They've got a 12-point lead. Why not try it? You don't want to give the basketball back to the Bobcats.
Absolutely. Trying to take the air out of the basketball here. A lot of talk after the girls' state tournament last week about a shot clock. So Alabama's going to start implementing it coming up soon. So we'll see how it plays out here in the fourth and final quarter.
Lewis had it poked away, and then he traveled with the basketball. So the Bobcats create the turnover, down by 12, 7:09 to play in the ball game, and they'll have it going the other way. Bobcats shooting just 42% now in the ball game after shooting north of 50 in the first half. In the second half, only 41.9, or I beg your pardon, 28% from the field in the second half. Cobb trying to get it inside to Paris. He had it knocked free. Picks it up back off to Amonette for a 3 try. Jacob cannot get his first. Paris the putback. Got it to go. Athletic move for Lyric Paris on the putback. And now full court pressure for the Bobcats. And Nathaniel Cobb is going to pick up a foul. His second, team second here in the fourth with 6:47 to play.
What an athletic move by Lyric Paris. Went up high, and it looked like he was going to come back down with it and somehow able to get the second a chance up. Cuts it back to a 10-point game.
Full court pressure for the Bobcats against the Vikings offense. They try to break the press. Morgan almost lost it, got it away to Lewis. He brings it across the timeline. A double team, throws off to Miller, top of the key. Now on the right wing it goes to Watson, back out to Lewis. Lewis driving inside, steps in the paint, back out to Miller on the left wing side. 6:30 to play here in the ball game. And again, the Vikings still just going 5 wide. This one tossed up. Miller's got it at the elbow. He'll throw it up with the right hand, missed it. Rebound tipped around into the hands of Jarrell Miller for the Vikings. Had an opportunity to pull it down and go the other way. 10-point game in the lead still for the Vikings. Here's Miller inside, floater. And a blocking foul called on Lyric Paris. What do you think?
Not a fan of that one, Jacob. He's standing there for a long time. Before the contact came, the only thing I can think, maybe the official thought he walked up under an airborne shooter. Coach Amonette, all the Bobcat faithful here, Not a big fan of that one either.
Well, Jarrell Miller got the bucket to go and knocks down the free throw. It's a three-point play and the first foul on Lyric Paris. It's a 45-32 lead for Hillcrest here against Pickett County in the Class 1A state quarterfinals. Pickett County back here for the first time since 2021 in 12th overall appearance. Have 2 state titles in 1990 and 1995. Amonette a 3, no. Cobb, the putback, yes.
Well, it looks like they may have found their offense with this putback game. Jacob Amonette launched a couple of threes, and Cobb and Paris doing a nice job boxing out.
They're trained 2 for 3, though, at the other end. It's not a recipe for success. Down by 11, 5:42 to play in the fourth. High-pressure defense again for the Bobcats. Vikings throw it up to Morgan out near the logo midcourt. Morgan will put it on the deck with the right hand being guarded by Reagan. 5:32 to play in the ball game, down by 11. Morgan trying to go past Reagan. He does so. Gets inside. High dribble. Puts it up and in for 2.
Wow, Alex Morgan's got some handles. Just broke the defender down, took it straight to the cup. Fantastic finish.
13-point lead again for the Vikings. 5:14 to play in the ball game. Amonette trying to draw some contact. He does. He'll be fouled, and 2 shots coming here at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line for Jacob Amonette. That's been a really big number in this game. They've only attempted, this will be 3 and 4 free throws on the game.
Yeah, and if you're Pickett County, you love being able to get to the free throw line right here with the clock stopped and try to get some points back on the board as they trail it here by 13. Got to get stops and got to figure out how to get some points going here offensively.
Jacob, an 88% free throw shooter on the season, knocks down his first. He's only got 9 points. He's averaging 21 per ball game this season. Has not had his best day today. Trying to get 2 free throws to go, though.
You can tell it's kind of desperation time, though, for the Bobcats. Every time he gets on the offensive end, looking to put a shot up early.
Splits a pair at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line. 5:07 to play here in the fourth. A 12-point lead for the Vikings. Lewis will bring it ahead. Throw it to Miller. He's able to track it down. Back out to Lewis. Poke free by Cobb. And he ran into an official on the near sideline. A kind of a tough collision. He lost it out of bounds. Everybody's okay. And the Vikings will still have it here on the near sideline in the front court with 4:58 to play here in the fourth quarter. So the Bobcats trail by 12, trying to mount the comeback, but they got to create some turnovers here defensively. Lewis will inbound. So this is Watson with the basketball. Watson being guarded by Reagan. Crosses over. Still being guarded tightly by Reagan. He's got to get the basketball away. Creates the separation, and then a foul whistled on Eli Reagan, his third. And going to the line will be Cornell Watson with 4:49 to play in the ball game. Of course, we appreciate Kiesling Insurance. They're not only our free throw line sponsor, but been a sponsor of ours here at UCR for the last couple of seasons for Pickett County basketball. And we know the people at Kiesling Insurance pretty well.
If you want a good policy and you want a fair rate, go see my friend at Kiesling Insurance. John Kiesling, certainly a fantastic partner here on the broadcast for the past couple of seasons.
We appreciate them for helping us out, bringing you Pickett County basketball all season long. Of course, today's game presented by FirstChoice Family Care. 2 good free throws. Cornell Watson, this pass a dangerous one ahead, but the Bobcats steal it back. Cole Amonette at the free throw line. Loose dribble, picks it back up off to Jacob, top of the key. He'll drive inside to the basket. Right hand, no. Rebound, Cobb trying to go back up. A lot of contact, no. Jacob got the rebound. Still a lot of contact. Ball is pulled down by the Vikings, and they've got it. Here they come now on the break. I don't know how a whistle wasn't blown there. Inside, Jarrell Miller almost threw down the dunk of the tournament.
Oh, my goodness.
He missed it, and Jacob Amonette's got it the other way for the Bobcats. Takes it inside, cut off, throws it up with the right hand, missed it short. And then Cobb hits the deck as he got rooted out from underneath. The other way, Morgan missed the lay-in. Bobcats diving on the floor for the rebound. We've got a tie-up, and finally a whistle blown. There has been all kinds of contact at the other end underneath the basket for the Bobcats, and somehow a foul was not called.
Helter-skelter, Jack Bolden, just both teams just hustle plays, a lot of collisions, no whistles. Coach Amonette over there begging for a whistle. And we're going to have a timeout here on the court. It's a Sunset Marina timeout.
Timeout brought to you by Sunset Marina. 14-point lead for the Vikings. 4:03 to play. Back after this in the 1A state quarterfinals.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It is the fourth quarter here in the Glass House, and the Vikings on top of the Bobcats, 49-35 with 4:03 remaining. And we're talking there in the break, it just hadn't been the Bobcats' day.
Yeah, just have really struggled to find an identity offensively. Feels like they felt the pressure from some of these bigs coming after some of these shots they've taken around the bucket. Uncharacteristically have missed a lot of easy buckets.
Out of the timeout, it will be Hillcrest basketball, taken out underneath their own basket. Off to our right. The inbound Jarrell Miller up top, back out to Watson. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. It's a 14-point lead. And throwing it up there, Watson. He missed it. Good defense by the Bobcats. Here comes Jacob Amonette now. Jacob Amonette across the timeline. He's still trying to get his offense going. Gets inside, and he gets fouled hard by Jarrell Miller for Miller's fourth foul. He hits the deck. And Jacob Amonette, a little bit slow to get up, is hopefully going to be heading to the Keesley Insurance free throw line. He's up on his feet, shaking out the cobwebs, and he'll be at the line for 2 shots with 3:48 to play in a 14-point game.
It seems like tonight that's the kind of contact it's going to take to get a whistle. Is Amonette, caught the entire arm across his face, and he's going to get to the line to shoot too. He's finally going to get awarded with some free throws.
It's the Keesley Insurance free throw line for Amonette again. He is now 2 for 3 on the day and finally into double figures with 10 points, averaging 21 per ball game this season, but just 10 today. With 3:48 to go in the fourth, knocks down 2 free throws. 12-point game, 49-37. Miller inbounds. Morgan lost it, but a foul whistled on the Bobcats.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, Jacob. We've had a ton of contact down here. And then Cobb able to pick somebody's pocket. And they're going to take a whistle to the table.
And we might have a warning on the Bobcats as well. We've seen a lot of those last week, and it looks like Coach Amonette is going to be warned again for the Bobcats here. It wasn't out of the coach's box. Again, we're not going to try to make it an issue because it was not great last week from the officials. It's been fairly okay today. And Coach Amonette gets warned on that sideline. 2 free throws coming here for Alex Morgan at the other end with 3:47 to go in the ball game.
Fortunate for Pickett County, the personal foul is pretty spread apart. 4 of the 5 starters sitting at 3, and no one above that count.
Morgan hits another free throw. He's been great in the second half. He's got 14 points on the ball game. Second free throw on the way now, 15, and 13 points have come in the second half. Again, they stopped Jacoby Lewis. He's only got 3 points in the second half, but they haven't been able to stop Alex Morgan now. 51-37 lead.
Yeah, there's 5 people on the basketball team. Got to know where all of them are.
Amonette trying to get the step back, but he's being guarded by the 6'3" Miller, unable to get the shot away. Cole Amonette now on the right wing, drives inside, bounce pass to Cobb, knocked free by Lewis and stolen. Jacoby Lewis with the basketball in a triple team underneath. We've got a whistle, and I think a timeout taken by Hillcrest. Yeah, they get a timeout granted with 3:24 to go. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 51-37, 3:24 to play. And, well, I guess the only positive in this game, this has been the only competitive, in quotations, game today, because the first 2 games today were not even close to competitive, as Humboldt beat North Green 54-35, and then Chat Prep beat Santa Fe 84-44.
That Chat Prep team, Jacob, while they may not even be a school next season, from what we're hearing,
they might win their second straight title.
They have got a great opportunity to go back-to-back here in the 1A classification. Caught them earlier, Jack Bolden. They're really good.
Yeah, they got one of the best freshmen probably in the state. Had 20-something points. Lit it up. He was the coach's son. He's going to be a phenomenal player for the next 3 years.
Hillcrest basketball out of the timeout. 3:24 to play in the fourth. Bobcats trail by 14 points, 51-37. Lewis brings it across the timeline. They've got it on offense. He drives in. The floater from Lewis, no. Got his own rebound. Stripped free by the Bobcats, but McCray takes it away, and he puts it up and in. That's exactly the kind of day it's been. Bobcats back with it. Down the biggest deficit today. Missed 3 by Cole Amonette, and the rebound back the other way for the Vikings now. This is Morgan, and he slows it down off to Miller on the left wing. 2:55 to play, and Jacob Amonette commits a foul. 4th foul on Jacob, and I think this will be 2 free throws for Jarrell Miller at the line with 2:54 to go in the ball game, and a 16-point game. And the biggest story here in this one, the Bobcats in the first half, they were shooting at 53% from the field. Again, they only attempted just a few field goals, 17 field goals in that first half. In the second half, though, they're shooting 26% and now down to 37% on the day as Miller at the line.
They're just not sharing the ball as well either. Only 2 assists coming in the second half. First half, they had 6. It's been a whole lot of isolation basketball throughout this entire game. Pickett County just not able to knock down the shots.
Miller makes both. He goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. It's 55-37. 2:46 to play in the ball game. The Eminette throws to Nathaniel Cobb for a 3 try. Short, no good, and that's also been a big story. The Bobcats now 2 for 11 from downtown today. Normally a team that really shoots it well. McCray brings it across the timeline for the Vikings. Tried to throw it to Miller. They're trying to get him the hammer and the exclamation point in this ball game, but they turn it over. And the Bobcats will have it again with 2:29 to go. Make sure you stick around for our post-game show.
Livingston Regional
Hospital will have our Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. We'll also have the Livingston Regional Hospital post-game show. I beg your pardon. We'll also have the play of the game brought to you by Southern Dreams Bakery. That one out of bounds. It'll go to the Vikings. And well, we haven't had a chance to check our Milestone Physical Therapy scoreboard. There's no other games going on right now, but this one, 55-37. Appreciate our friends at Milestone Physical Therapy. And the Bobcats looking like they're about ready to make a lineup change with 2:10 to play here in the contest. Lewis poked from behind, foul whistled on Cole Amonette. Jacoby Lewis will head to the line with 2:06 to play here in the ball game. 55-37 for the Bobcats. What a season for them. One of the best 1A teams, and this is a loaded 1A state tournament. Obviously, we've seen it. Humboldt a blowout victory, Chat Prep a blowout victory, and another blowout victory here for Hillcrest. And then you got Harriman and Wayne County coming up in the final 1A game, but Bobcats, nothing to hang their heads about. They had a great season.
Yeah, they've played phenomenal all season long for Coach Amonette and really got nothing to hang their hats about. Came in here tonight and just the athleticism here from Hillcrest, more than the Bobcats able to get past. Phenomenal effort tonight from Hillcrest. Take nothing away from them. Phenomenal basketball team. I'm excited to see how they progress here through the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, it's been such a fun team to cover all season long. It's a fantastic community. They've really supported us all season long. And like you said, Casey, you'd hate to see them fall like this because obviously didn't bring their best tonight. And it's going to be a storied career for Jacob Amonette as he picks up 2 right there.
Gets a bucket to go with the basket, pokes it from behind on the inbounds. 1:48 to go in the ball game, 56-39 the lead. Morgan the other way, dumps it off to McCray underneath. He's looking for a little bit of help, and they turn it over. Pickett County back with the basketball. Jacob Amonette through some traffic. Top of the key, 3 on the way. Off the mark, no. And the rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Bobcats. 1:33 to go, and a whole lineup change coming here for the Pickett County Bobcats. And that is going to be it for the seniors. And Lyric Paris, Jacob Amonette, and Eli Reagan. Gavin Daniels is going to get in here late in the ball game for the Bobcats.
And just a big salute to those guys, Jacob, as they are going to, it's really painful taking that jersey off for the final time. And they're over there starting to feel it, and it's starting to sink in for them. But Paris has had a phenomenal career. Jacob Amonette, also a phenomenal career. Eli Reagan, 3 guys left their stamp here on the program and left it in better shape than they found it.
Jay Saltines checks in with J.D. Davis, Max Moody, Gavin Daniels, and Brady Evans. 1:24 to play here in the ball game. 56-39, Hillcrest on top. Lewis dribbling it around, and he'll throw it back out top. They're just trying to draw that clock down. Hillcrest will bring in their remaining subs as well. Obviously, you guys know, you've been with them all season, how special it is in Byrdstown. This 3 missed by Miller. Rebound tipped around and into the hands of Hillcrest again with 55 seconds to play. On the drive, bucket no, and the rebound down by J.D. Davis for the Bobcats. And Evans will bring it ahead with 47 seconds to play. They're going to foul just to get the subs in. Pickett County will make a couple more subs as well. But the tradition, that is Pickett County. This is their 12th appearance. They've got 2 state titles, haven't been here since 2021. And since the last time the other Amonettes played in Zach and Will, Jacob now brings them back here to the Glass House along with their dad and Joseph as their head coach. And it's a special program at Pickett County.
Absolutely, 100%. As Gavin Daniels going to check out for his final time here as well, get some love over on the sideline from Coach Amonette. And you know, Jacob, got a couple of really nice pieces coming back next year. You got Nathaniel Cobb coming back. You've got Cole Amonette, the freshman of the year this year in 7A. So you got a couple of really good pieces to come back next season.
Kyle Massengale, Grayson Smith check in for the first time for the Bobcats as well. Here in the state quarterfinals, Davis has it at the elbow. He's looking around, throws it around on the left wing. Altines will try the 3. Short, no good. 24 seconds to play, and Hillcrest has the basketball, and they're going to look to just dribble this one out. as Cornell Watson will bring it ahead. They've also got a new player in there, Larico Smith. He throws it up, missed it. Rebound pulled out of there into the hands of Desmond Davis. And Pickett County will have it for the final 9 seconds of this ball game. Brady Evans will bring it ahead. He's just going to dribble the clock out. 3 seconds. It'll go down. Buzzer sounds. Final score, 56-39. Pickett County season comes to a close in the Class 1A state quarterfinals with a final record of 25-8. We welcome you into the Livingston Regional Hospital postgame show for Pickett County. Had an early lead. It was 6-2. Things were looking good. And even in the first half, they were only down by 7 points, shooting the basketball well, but could not get the offense going in the second half. Couldn't deal with the defensive pressure of Hillcrest. And Hillcrest wins their first ever state tournament game.
Yeah, congratulations to Hillcrest. They played a phenomenal game tonight. Had a great game plan. Super athletic team. Again, I think Pickett County, you missed a lot of those bunnies that we've seen them make all year. Felt like they heard footsteps coming. Got a lot of length over there for the Vikings, swatting a lot of shots out of there. And so Pickett County, phenomenal effort this season. Just phenomenal that they've been able to get back here to Murfreesboro. It's the gold standard. It is the standard in Pickett County, getting back to Murfreesboro. And so they're able to do that this year. They're going to lose some guys that ultimately have built into the program, have laid some foundation for some of these younger guys coming on their way. And so just phenomenal effort this season from Pickett County. Just wasn't meant to be their night here tonight, Jack Bolden.
Yeah, certainly it's sort of like what Jacob mentioned earlier. The field goal percentage in the second half is what really stood out to me. And the three-point percentage, Pickett County shot 2 of 14 from 3 and finished the game shooting about 35% from the field. That first half clip nearly 20% higher. Just couldn't get it going in the second half. Jacob Amonette kind of, wasn't able to find his mark from beyond the arc, and Pickett County fell in a game that was, filled with turnovers, and they just didn't play their best basketball.
Obviously, the player of the game pretty easy in this one for the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. It was Jacoby Lewis in the first half. He only finished the game with 24 points. He only had 4 points in the second half, but 20 points in the first half, and he only missed 1 shot. He was 8 for 9 in that first half.
Yeah, I've also got him for the Southern Dreams Bakery play of the game, Jacob. That little step-back jumper that he had in the first half. Smooth as silk, the left-hander. Phenomenal game tonight. That's going to be also your Southern Dreams Bakery play of the game. Also, Jacob, they've got a location up in Albany, Kentucky.
There you go.
Also, right down the street from the Pickett County High School, have been on board all season. I've ate lunch there a few times. Make sure you visit our friends and our partners at Southern Dreams Bakery.
Well, that's pretty much just going to do it for us tonight. We do appreciate all of you guys for listening to every broadcast. And I know Casey and Jack, they've done a tremendous job. I can't say enough about them for doing Pickett County basketball all season long. Of course, Jack's not going to be here next year. He's heading down south, and so he won't be on Pickett County basketball anymore. But, Jack, we appreciate you. Casey's going to be back, so we'll see if myself and Casey will be back on a few more calls. But, Jack, you did a great job, and we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity all season long through football and basketball, and I appreciate all the fans at Pickett County. They've really supported me and Casey bringing me along, inviting me to be his color man. It's been so fun. Everyone's been so supportive of us, and I just really appreciate the opportunity.
Casey, you've been doing this for quite a long time. It's we just talked about how special the tradition is in Byrdstown, and obviously it always stinks when a season comes to a close with the high expectations that they have every single season. And there's going to be a lot of turnover. I mean, you talk about it on the girls' side. They're going to have a new head coach coming in. No Emmy Lowe, obviously. As she graduates, so does Kaylee Tompkins. And so you're going to have a lot of turnover on the girls' side. You lose the 4 seniors from the boys' side as well. And so it's going to be brand new ball clubs on both sides next season in Byrdstown.
It's going to be a lot of work, but if I know the community and I know the players in both programs, Jacob, they're already thinking about rolling their sleeves up, thinking about next season, the preparation, the off-season workouts, the summer camps. They're already starting to think that and build into that as they look for their next girls head coach, their next athletic director. And so, again, phenomenal season. And as I've said it before, Jacob, just blessed to be a part of that community. They embrace their basketball. I love going up there and being a part of it and bringing spotlight to all the athletes from not just Byrdstown, Jacob, from around the Upper Cumberland.
Well, once again, thank you to all the sponsors for making Pickett County basketball possible all season long. There's a ton of them. Of course, it's been presented by First Choice Family Care all year long. Amonette's Eagle Auction and Realty Company was our pregame sponsor. Sunset Marina joined us midseason, but a big shout out to them as well. Our timeout sponsor, First Choice Family Care, also the 3-point sponsor, the Kiesling Insurance free throw line, the People's Bank starting lineup. We talked about Southern Dreams Bakery and the play of the game, and of course the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing player of the game, and Milestone Physical Therapy. Our final check of the Milestone Physical Therapy scoreboard. Final score tonight: Pickett County falls in the 1A state quarterfinals, 56-39. We appreciate Pryor's Auto Spot as well for being a sponsor of Pickett County basketball all season long. Well, that's going to do it for us. We appreciate everyone tuning in. We do have more basketball coming up tomorrow morning here from the Glass House, as Upperman will get set to take on Hume Fogg, an audio-only broadcast with myself and Noah McKay tomorrow morning at 9:30. As Noah likes to say, instead of get your popcorn ready, got to get your pancakes ready for tomorrow morning. We will have website coverage coming up, the Pickett County game coming up in just a little bit. Goose and Noah doing a great job of that on pictures and video, the game story as well. And then Jackson County will get going tonight, late tonight at 8:45 against Jackson Central Mary. Website coverage. We've also got some baseball coming up tonight. Upperman baseball taking on Stone Memorial at 5 o'clock tonight. I'll head back towards Baxter, and we'll get on the headset for that ball game coming up in just a few hours in Baxter for Upperman and Stone Memorial. For Jack Bolden, Casey Bolden, I'm Jacob Vinson saying so long from the Glass House. The Bobcat season comes to a close with a final record of 25-8.